I want to give you an update on something that's happening within or to Robert Mueller. It's becoming abundantly clear that Republicans and Trump are concocting, I guess I'm going to call it an email scandal against Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller, I believe, as a pretext to justify his firing, to create a pretext for his dismissal, which is being discussed publicly more and more. Here's how it's working. We learned over the weekend that Robert Mueller and his team obtained what's being called tens of thousands of Donald Trump transition team emails, which is not good for Trump, right? This is the last thing Trump wants Robert Mueller reviewing. And the emails are said to be from about 12 different accounts. One of those accounts contained about 7,000 emails that Mueller has his hands on. It includes Trump's political campaign leadership, his foreign policy team. The subject matter ranges from everything to, including everything under the umbrella of foreign policy, the confirmation process, strategy around press statements, war plans, tax plans. And the Trump team is reportedly asking for the emails back on the basis that they're privileged and that Robert Mueller's team obtained those emails illegally. And this is where the latest strategy to fabricate this scandal against Mueller is coming from. The group Trump for America has levied a complaint arguing that there was no authorization for the GSA, the General Services Administration, to release these emails to Robert Mueller's team. The lawyer to the Trump transition group has written to Republicans in the House and Senate saying that this was an unauthorized email disclosure. More and more Republicans and right-wing media are using this to slam Robert Mueller. One example is that wacky Fox News judge, Jeanine Pirro, who's just the worst. I mean, she and Sarah Huckabee Sanders are really near the bottom here. She says that the FBI is actually now a criminal cabal. Can you imagine? Check this out from over the weekend.
I doubt in American presidential election history that there has been as great a crime or as large a stain on our democracy than that committed by a criminal cabal in our FBI and the Department of Justice who think they know better than we who our president should be.
A criminal cabal within the FBI. So what's the truth about this? Here's Renato Mariotti on Twitter. He's a former federal prosecutor, legal expert, also running for Illinois Attorney General as a Democrat. If Mueller didn't follow the law, a court would suppress the evidence so it couldn't be used. The reason Trump's lawyers are writing letters to Congress instead of Mueller or a court is because their legal arguments have no merit. And that is exactly right. We have a system in place which would not allow this evidence to be used against Trump or whoever if it was obtained illegally, period. You can make that legal claim if you're Trump's lawyers, but they're not doing that. They're instead making a political claim to senators and congressmen and others because they don't really have anything. They have a publicity stunt here, not a real legal challenge. But the problem is that it will work. There's an element of the right that believes everything they hear from Fox News. They believe everything that they hear from people like Donald Trump and Jeanine Pirro. I was, as I mentioned, in rural northern Indiana recently, Pat, and there were actually people there who I didn't participate in this conversation, but I overheard it saying, you know, it's sad with all this Russia stuff going on. The only people you can trust right now on the media, in the media, are Fox News. And They said it without any hint of irony. That is what they believe, and that's why this will work. They will be demanding for demanding the firing of Robert Mueller before you know it, because this is all they watch.
Yeah, that's really depressing. Fox News, clearly right wing. They're not going to go with the Associated Press,
no,
or one of these more reliable news agencies.
Reuters,
CNN.
CNN is fake news, Pat. Come on, you know by now. Jim Acosta is going to get dressed down and at any opportunity. Yeah, so innocent people will say, innocent people in this situation would say, hey, I support the investigation, I'll cooperate, and I look forward to being cleared. When you start creating a pretext to fire the guy running it after saying this is the best possible person to run it, you don't look particularly innocent.
I just think that it's because the Trump administration and these outlets like Fox News have been on the defense for a year now.
Yeah.
And you just get sick of it. I mean, there's a 24-hour news cycle. You have to have something to go on the offense with, right?
And I guess what they're picking is Judge Jeanine. That is a depressing thing, where that's who you choose to go on the offensive with. The video you just watched was made possible by support from you. Please go to patreon.com/David Pakman Show. You can make a pledge of as little as $1 per month. And every dollar helps to support the work that we're doing, particularly in light of the YouTube ad boycott, which has been really bad.